Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Fire. Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. Today, we discuss Part 10 of Twin Peaks: The Return, written by Mark Frost and David Lynch, directed by David Lynch. For those who may be joining us for the first time, this podcast is friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. You have to have seen up to the point we are discussing today, because anything before it is fair game, but nothing after it will be spoiled, because I am rewatching it. I'm Colton Robertson, and I'm joined by the first-time viewer, Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. So like I said, if you've never watched Twin Peaks, this is an odd place to jump in anyway. But if you've seen the whole show, you're safe. If you've seen parts of the show and you're just like, oh, let's check out no, don't do that. Don't do that. Watch the show, come back. You should watch the show no matter what. And then if you happen to want a podcast, come on back. We got you. But part 10, another goodie, pretty simple one in comparison to weeks previous. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it feels like just a couple side stories kicking in, which is nice. It's always good to check in with the other people, and then to get a familial tie that I had no idea of, and now I'm pissed. Actually, like I kind of hate that this is this is a reveal, because I mean, I don't think Johnny had a kid, I don't think that's the Horn that had a kid.
Is almost certainly Audrey Horn's son. That's been something that isn't strictly, it's not necessarily revealed because he's been credited as Richard Horn the entire series.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
It's just been something that they've never made an express point to reveal in the context of the show until he pulls up to Grandma's house here.
Yep.
And robs and beats his grandma, which is just vile, very evil behavior.
Oh my god! I think I put him on the kill list. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, this dude needs to die. And now I'm like, well, if it's Audrey's son, is like, I don't. Maybe it doesn't seem like there's much redeeming quality, but I guess
not much left. Not much good left in Richard. And we've even been cutting Steven a little slack, not a ton of slack. He's still a piece of shit. But we made him more the Bobby, where Richard was more the Leo. Now Steven's putting Bobby to shame. Bobby looks like a fucking saint in high school compared to what Steven's up to also. So we've got some shitbirds. It's just everything that was going on in Twin Peaks before, but it's worse. And I think that is 100% purposeful. So
yes.
If you'd like, we can go ahead and dive in to a scene-by-scene breakdown with the subtitle, Laura is the One, credited to one Margaret Lanterman, the log lady. So we'll start with Richard driving to Miriam Sullivan's house. So not only did she spot him, she knew that he would spot her, and that they would know each other. Like, this is not some stranger who she's like, oh, I saw who did it. Nope, that's Richard. And he just ran over a kid. I got to tell somebody about this. Not only that, but he knows where she lives and is like, yeah, Miriam, what's up? What's good? So what are we going to do here? And she's like, I've already told people. I already know. I already wrote a letter to the sheriff's office. I know you did it, and they know you did it, and it won't be long now before you get yours. And there's this shot whenever Miriam's like yelling through the door, and you can see Richard's like reflection below her face. So good. So clean. I absolutely love it. But he angrily breaks into her trailer, beats her, and then calls Deputy Chad, telling him to intercept Miriam's letter. All the while he turns the gas on and lights a candle, hoping that it will blow up the trailer. Deputy Chad, much, I mean, we already expected he was dirty, but this is like, this is like real dirty. This is a different level of dirty, Yeah,
and it seems that Richard has like a power over Chad. Like, it is like he does just say like, oh, I'll beat you bad, if you don't do this. But it seems, he gave him the roll of money earlier. But I guess maybe is this just him calling in his favor? Is it
something that Chad was owed,
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's complicated pecking order, especially with Richard. We've only really seen him do that like drug deal with a weird guy who thinks he's in a kung fu movie.
Yes, this
who also I think happens to be hooking up with Shelly. So there's a
there's so much. Yeah, there's so many moving parts that like it is hard to keep track of all because I got to keep track of Vegas.
It can be.
I got to keep track of everything that is.
Yeah. So if there's anything you're ever unsure of, as far as like where is this happening, who is this? Why do I know them? Where have I seen them before? Because we're also taking our time with this. This is a much easier show to keep up with, I think, if you are not. It's not easier to keep up with if you're binging. It would even be easier if we were reliably doing this week by week, but a thing that we've done is we record a few episodes, and sometimes that awards us a couple weeks of not doing it, and then we record a couple episodes, and so it can be a little tough sometimes when you're revisited by the Mitchum brothers for the first time in weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, these guys, why were they important? That sort of thing. And so we'll get back to them. But if that ever happens, just let me know. I'm happy to refresh. But we'll go over to the trailer park where Carl, played by the wonderful Harry Dean Stanton, plays guitar and sings outside of his trailer and stops when a red mug is thrown through a trailer window by Stephen Burnett, who is inside berating Becky, the daughter of Shelley.
Damn. Yeah.
Really, really sucks, because he's like, we can't even live off your wage. You barely make minimum wage. You won't ask for a raise. Yeah, sure, I don't have a job. Sure, I have a drug problem, but, this is your fault.
Yeah. Pete, you're right, and way worse than Bobby. Or I guess we didn't fully see what Bobby, we got just a little glimpse of it. I don't think Bobby ever went here. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it, but
he was too good of a guy. Like, this was Leo stuff. So, like, what was previously the lower bar was Bobby, where Leo was the worst guy. Now we've got the bottom bar is Leo, and now we got another guy who's like as bad as Leo and then some. So yeah, it's
damn. Yeah,
Richard and Steven, don't let those two get together because who knows what might pop off. Those sick fucks.
They are the Bobby and Mike kind. They get one's got the red hair. Even is like the it seems that it's just this cycle of things. It is very like showing that this Black Lodge spread, this virus or this ever for 25 years has just been infecting the whole town and everything is
man. Amanda Seyfried's good, by the way. Really, really like her. She's playing Terrified very well.
That's. I mean, man, to be both in the situation kind of blows. Is like,
no kidding.
But to act like that piece of shit and like to almost like to just not swing, but he's acting like he's about.
He
to
does hold himself
swing,
back.
Like,
he's like, I want to real bad. This is an instinct that I have. Not good. Not a good guy, this fella.
No.
Stephen Burnett can go fuck himself. And I love Carl watching him being like, a nightmare. Like he's just like, damn, man. Like, I think having a perspective from someone who was already old 25 years ago, the amount he's watched the world evolve, is something that I think is really important with this character, and specifically when it comes to the Black Lodge, the way it's seeping through and everything is getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and him just being like, God damn, man, like stuff is just not getting better. Poor
from pretty high maximum to pretty low. Like he saw the death of a child, I guess that is very, very low, but then seeing that moment for him of the spirit or whatever of the child going up, and he made it all sweet, and then now seeing this, there's no spirit going, there's no happy moment coming from this. It's just all pure negative here. I see why he leaves to go to the park every day or whatever
he goes into town every day.
So he's gotta just sit at that park bench and let in the good happy feelings come in, but
let in the nature, man. But we'll head to Vegas here after, where Rodney Mitchum is going over paperwork when Candy comes in.
Oh my god.
She's having a tough time swatting a fly. She's trying to get it. And She ultimately can't until it lands on Rodney's head, and she swings at it with a remote, a television remote.
Yep.
And she is so distraught over the fact that she's just done this. She feels so terrible and so bad. And Rodney, for a character who's putting hits out on people and everything, is actually relatively level-headed about the whole thing. Which is hysterical to me, that these dudes are like, yeah, we gotta kill that guy, but then the second someone, like, in their circle hits him in the face with a television remote, he's like, no, it's fine, it's okay, whatever.
Man, that's...
But yeah, that's when Bradley comes in, as Candy becomes hysterical, and Bradley's like, oh god, what happened here? And that's the scene there for now. So that's the reemergence of the Mitchum brothers for the first time in a few weeks, at least.
Yeah. Candy's reaction, at least at this point, was making me believe that, like, she thought she was dead, you know, like that
right.
This was a mistake that, like, they were just going to kill her for. And I thought that like the Mitchum brothers were more just like toying with her, or like just letting it go on for a little bit.
But that's what's awesome about the Mitchum brothers, is that they would never kill Candy over something like this, which is so funny. Like this, they have such a hilarious moral compass.
Yeah. She's got nowhere to go, or like whatever. It's like, they actually,
like whenever he's like, she goes out and she talks to the guy, and he looks at her and he's like, I know, but if we fire her, she has nowhere to go. And he's like, I know, and that's it. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, so I love, and we're back to it being, I think, was it last week that we were like, holy shit, this might be the funniest episode of the show so far?
Yeah.
Like, we're still with that. It's still super funny. Even though we start the episode with something as, you know, disturbing as someone beating a woman and then nearly, you know, blowing her up. Then we get a scene like this that is just objectively so fucking funny. But we'll head over to, Dougie, as he's getting a doctor's examination, as Janie E. tells him about his recent behavior. It started about a week ago after he disappeared for 3 days, missing his son's birthday party, and then he came back from the casino. You know, his, gambling problem, and then the drinking, and the drinking feeds the gambling, and it all circles back again. And as the doctor gives him a physical, he takes off his shirt, and Janie E's like, hold the fucking phone. Like, God whoa. Damn.
Hey.
I think he's lost a lot of weight, like in a good way. And he's like, yeah, last time I saw him, he was definitely overweight. And didn't seem like he had long to make any choices about his health. He needed to do something immediately, and it looks like he did it. His lungs, his heart, they sound excellent. He's obviously in great shape. Whenever he takes his blood pressure and the thing restricts his arm and his veins start popping, that's when Janie is like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy later.
Yes. And I thought it was just gonna end here, you know, just be like, just let it go. But no, like we get the full details of everything later. But yeah, from this moment I was like, damn, I don't know. I didn't realize Kyle MacLachlan still
Kyle MacLachlan looks good. He definitely did at that point in time. I know. I mean, you're playing Special Agent Dale Cooper. There's an expectation there. You know, you gotta live up to the part, especially considering, you know, I think it's funny that he's just aged 25 years, and that's all. He hasn't necessarily experienced the defects of not working out for 25 years. he's just the same guy, just aged, which is hilarious. But yeah, Dougie looked good, and Janie taking notice. And we'll go back to the Mitchums briefly, where they watch the news with Candy, Sandy, and Mandy, and they see the report on the arrest of Ike the Spike Stadler. They're like, damn, they got Ike. Hey, Bradley, remind me to cancel that hit on Ike. That saves us a whack of dough, you know. Fucking hysterical. And then they see that the report on Ike's attack was on Dougie Jones, the man that they call Mr. Jackpots. They're like, motherfucker, this fucking guy. Turns out our Mr. Jones is actually Mr. Jones.
I was like, okay, yes, that's, is there a reference there
must be
here?
Some sort of reference that I also don't understand. I meant to look into it.
What is I don't know. I've heard like a call from Mr. Jones. I don't know, like in a song lyric, I've heard that. And I don't know if Mr. Jones by Counting Crows.
It's a classic.
Is that a
classic there? No, I mean that's not a. I'm looking it up. I looked up Mr. Jones Casino, Mr. Jones Gambling.
This is 2009.
Apparently, there's a new gambling game called Mr. Jones, but it's 8 years after the fact. So, no telling. I'm not sure if I'm missing. I'm probably missing a reference there, but it turns out our Mr. Jones is actually Mr. Jones.
Yes. But yeah, so they're not really connected. You know, they just wanted Ike dead, which is interesting.
Right.
Like, why? I don't know what their. I mean, Ike seems to get around, but they didn't know he was after Dougie at all. They weren't the ones to actually call the hit on him.
Yeah, this is like, a whole new vein and this isn't even enough for them to be like, well, motherfucker, we got to go after this Dougie guy because they don't care. Like, it's like, okay, well, he won all that money. He hasn't come back to the casino. That's that. It's not till later that they're like, this fucking guy keeps coming up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's funny that they're just like, what are the odds? What are the chances? But we'll head back to the Jones household where Janie E watches as Cooper eats cake. And, you know, she asks, do you find me attractive? And he just looks at her and then looks back to his cake. And then she's like, 'cause I find you attractive. And he looks up at her. And he looks back to his cake. And then we cut very suddenly to Janie E riding him like an absolute stallion.
A different cake. Of you
cake
from one cake to another. I mean,
she moans repeatedly, Dougie, 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 as Cooper's arms comically flop on the bed, which is hysterical. And this is such a novel sound coming from Ma and Pa's bedroom that it results in Sonny Jim being awoken, and unsure of what's happening. So clear that Dougie Jones and Janie E probably didn't have the as frivolent a sex life as Janie E and Dougie are now displaying.
This was a different change of pace. And
clearly Dougie just lost his virginity all over again. Cooper has no idea what this sensation is. He's
in a different world, you know. I mean, his eyes were just like almost rolled back completely. Bro was just in a.
My man was feeling it. He's talking about in it. Yeah, he was feeling it. He was in there. And Janie E is she's a loud one. She's a wild one. Yeah. And Dougie E is satisfied. They lay down. They cuddle. You know, she says, "I love you," and he's just like, he's all giggles and stuff. And we'll cut to Twin Peaks thereafter, where Dr. Jacoby broadcasts an episode of his Dr. Amp, where he goes on a tirade about the capital of death. You know, they own the morgues, they own the mortuaries, they own the embalming fluids, they own the graveyards, they own everything. So you dying is profit. And hey, my man's he's got a little bit of a point.
Actually, like I was like, you know, it's usually, I mean, it's portrayed in a way that it is like crazy.
He's a nut. Banter, yeah, he's a loon. Yeah, he's a loon. Well, and that's the thing is he's also a fucking. He's doing all of this to sell something. So that's the other part is that it's like, true. Okay, you fucking hypocrite. It's like, he's Dr. Amp is a fucking loser. He broadcasts this episode, the gold, so shovel yourself out of the shit. And Nadine watches on, completely missing the point of what he's saying, which is so funny. She's just watching it because she loves his passion. She loves his fire. She's into it. She digs the vibe of Dr. Amp, and you know, she says he's so dreamy. She owns the Silent Drape Runner store now. I don't know if that had been revealed previously.
No, that was so cool. Like, I don't know if it's a successful store or not, but it's at least a store. The fact that
it is,
she could open
she
up,
has a storefront. And she's got drapes. Like, it's funny whenever you're promoting drapes. I guess the best thing to do is put something in the middle to display that you just keep covering. So why not Dr. Amp's golden shovel?
Yes, it's just I don't think they have anything actually right now. I think this is just a distant thing for Nadine, it seems. But I don't know. I think that they make sense, you know, now together. and all of the weird.
It's kind of like a Constance Talbot and Albert. It's this is a match made in heaven. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, 25 years ago, whenever he was like directly treating her, probably on an unhealthy circumstance. But it's been a long time since I'm assuming he's been barred from practicing.
Yeah. Doesn't. Yeah.
I don't know that for a fact, but I'm sure hoping.
Yeah. So please no, or I don't know who would sign up as a patient, but I guess Nadine. Yeah. Nadine might. I think she's, no matter how she can get there, she wants some of Dr. Amp. Man, what a fucking what an evolution of the character. It's so, oh my god, it's always so funny every time to check in his production that he has.
I love it. The fucks are at it again. Yeah. It fucking kills me. Those goddamn. And he's so fired up. He needs to take an antacid after he's done, which is so funny.
He's spitting everywhere, wiping his mouth, because he's just so
goddamn so good, so good. But we'll head back to Vegas, where in the morning, Janie E, in a rather bright mood from the evening before, takes Cooper to work and, pulling him aside prior, notes that she can't stop thinking about last night, and Cooper, in his Dougie way, just repeats what she says. Wonderful. And she's like, "You're goddamn right, it was. All right, let's get you to work." Takes Sonny Jim to school and Coop to work, and that's that. But love that everything's coming up Dougie. He's actively improving Dougie's life and everyone around Dougie's life just by existing, which is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he fully knows what's going on, or what. But hey, it's working out. Things are
works
on the up and up. So yeah, Janie E.
Things are coming up, Dougie.
Having a good time. So it seems something's got to go. I don't there's a lot that is about to go wrong for Dougie, or that could go wrong. But he seems to be ducking it perfectly every time. Literally the key and falling down in the Jeep. To get out of the way of the sniper from way back, and then it seems that anything that comes his way, he's just gonna naturally weave in and out. And I mean, this feels like it is a Briggs pulling strings, or something is doing. So I don't think that this is all just happenstance, very coincidental. Right. No, this is very much we know what you're planning. We know your evil shit, Mr. C and Bob.
This is our secret plan. This is our secret weapon, Dougie Jones.
Dougie Jones. Watch out.
Which is wonderful. Love it. We're going to get a random cutaway here to Jerry, lost in the woods, yelling when he loses phone signal. This poor guy is lost in the woods, I'm not going to lie to you, for weeks. There will be, it's still several episodes before he finds his way anywhere. And what's funny too is the way the show is, it doesn't play with time strictly, but when it comes to Jerry's stretching of time, because he's so high, I'd be willing to bet all of this happens on the day he finds his way out of the woods. It's just spread across weeks for us.
Yeah, I guess this was the first time I had the thought of wherever something rabbit that they're about to go to on the first and second, the location that Jerry
Jack Rabbit's Palace or something like that.
Yes, Jack Rabbit's Palace. I feel like Jerry just happens to be there during that day. He's so or that's where he is, or it is just a place in the woods. Because I'm like, is he purely this comedic relief? Cutaway and just bros just high all the time. Which, hey, if that's all he is, I think that is hilarious. But
is there something more for Jerry?
Jerry, it would be funny if
is everybody just a piece in this puzzle that Mr. C is playing? Yeah. I know. I like it. And it's distinctly possible because Jerry, I mean, he's experienced some strange stuff already. The whole foot thing. I am not your foot.
Sounded like a freaking.
Sounded like the fucking arms doppelganger.
Yes, that's weird. Whatever the hell.
The evolution of the arms.
Yeah.
Doppelganger, but yeah. So. No, it's Jerry's got some shit going on for sure. Poor guy. I've had highs like this. They're not fun. But Chad goes to Lucy's desk at the Twin Peaks Sheriff Department and comments that, it's a beautiful day out, isn't it? And Lucy's like, yeah, the fuck do you want, Chad? Mm-hmm. He says, well, it's just a beautiful day. I bet you and Andy always think it's a beautiful day. I bet you wake up and first thing in the morning, you both look at each other and you go, wow, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, what a
and
weird...
she's like, well...
Like, what... You're complimenting them, but saying it as a diss, like, at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like...
Exactly.
It's like a... Yeah. I mean, God. No, Chad is still on the kill list. Like, 100%.
Oh, Chad's a piece of shit, dude.
I want Chad to go. It's like, I have some restrictions with Richard somehow now because he's a horn. And I just want to... I don't know if Audrey... how Audrey feels about it. I feel like it might still hurt her, if he dies. So it's like, I have this weird hesitation with Richard now. But Chad, I don't get, no, dude's already, he hasn't even killed it, ran over a kid and felt no remorse for it. And I have less attachment to Chad. So
no, it's just covering for the guy who did.
Yeah. So yeah, this, I don't know, the sheriff, oh, his son committed suicide or whatever. Like, yeah, it's like, no, you just couldn't get out of the
horrors
office,
of war.
Chad.
Yeah, get him out. But yeah, he goes out to grab the mail and Lucy watches with suspicion, as so does the mailman, who's like, this is not something you're supposed to do. But you're the sheriff, and I can't really say shit about it. You're with the sheriff's department, I can't really say shit about it. It's not something you're supposed to do, so all right, bye. He pockets Miriam's letter outside of Lucy's view and goes back inside, leaving the rest of the mail with Lucy. Such a beautiful day. This calls for another donut.
Man, that's a... Goddamn, that stack of donuts was looking good.
It did look fucking incredible.
I
I was watching it last night and I was eating chips and salsa at the time, which is great. I love chips and salsa. But the second that something that delicious looking that is like the exact opposite of what I'm tasting pops up, I'm like, I gotta put the chips and salsa away. I gotta find myself a way to approximate a donut at this hour. Like right now, give me a donut. I couldn't find one. Sad day.
Damn. Yeah,
but
they always got them on lock, coffee and donuts. I mean, that share, not a bad job, I would
if I had to be a sheriff's department,
yeah. I mean,
man, they've got it.
That's where I'm going. But yeah, this, I guess that's the only way the letter's gonna. I was wondering how the letter, how they were actually gonna go about intercepting the letter, like what was gonna happen.
Yeah, pretty simple, actually.
Okay.
Not very difficult at all for Chad.
There it is. But yeah, fucking get the leak out of there. Get him. Why is he still there? Are they that short staffed really that they need a fucking Chad or like?
Yeah, I know. I'm curious if it's just like nobody seems to like him, and he doesn't seem good at his job. So that's where I'm like, I wonder why they keep Chad around. I wonder if he knows somebody or is related to somebody. I don't know. But regardless, he's a piece of shit. But we'll carry forth with that, where Richard drives, reading a text message from Chad, confirming that he caught the letter from Miriam and all is well. We'll then head to the Horn household, where Johnny sits in front of a talking toy bear, which was, if not designed by David Lynch himself, absolutely designed by his specifications. This thing is straight out of the sculptures of David Lynch's fucking Wet Dreams.
Hi, John. What was it
it's
saying?
Disgusting.
Like, hi, Johnny. How are you doing today? Just over.
And just over and over and over and over and over and over.
Weird ass. Yeah, it does come out of a Lynch painting or like his mind for sure.
It's got that weird fucking mouth that's like grotesque in a way that you're like, why the fuck does Johnny like this thing? Does he like this thing?
And there even was a Lynch drawing later on, like Gordon Cole literally doodled, and like there was just, I feel like that was his way of like, hey, I also do art, by the way, people. Like,
I do a lot.
This is just a little taste of what's to. I don't know. It was funny, but yeah, no, he's putting his art on display this episode a little bit. Yeah,
he's showcasing a little bit. But Johnny sits in front of that talking bear while Sylvia goes to the door. As Richard arrives at her house, trying to keep him away. Yeah, they're like, Richard, you better not even think about coming inside. Like, that's how much we don't like you. Get the fuck out of here. I know you're my grandson. Please leave. he enters anyway, demanding money, and he starts strangling Sylvia, his grandma, as one does. And Johnny helplessly falls over, tied to his chair, squirming on the floor. And yeah, so I mean, like, just can't fathom this kind of behavior, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
doing this to anybody's grandma, but doing this to my grandma, yeah, that's insane. That's straight up like you're talking about how you have this weird hesitation because of Audrey. Now fuck that. Audrey can mourn. I don't care. Richard can die.
Yeah, it is. I still just I haven't seen Audrey. You know, I need to just see her. I feel
that's true.
Man, it seems really bad. This whole situation. I'm thinking it's she was in a coma. And Mr. C paid her a visit, and that's just really sad.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that would probably justify, not justify, but explain Richard's behavior.
Yeah,
and I would like he could literally be devil spawn.
Yeah, yes, and so this is like I don't want to. I'm like. It feels pretty confirmed, but I don't want to believe it until I know it to be confirmed. Because what was Knight in Shining Armor last season or oh my gosh,
yeah,
my gosh,
what was his name?
Oh my god, God, what was his freaking name?
Yeah, I know it's Billy's
John
name.
Justice Wheeler.
Jack. They called him Jack, though.
Yes, okay. I'm like, that didn't ring any bells, actually. There we go.
I was like, it's a J name, but I can't remember which one. So I was like, it's
Jack. Because, like, they did have their happy time on the plane, and, like, maybe Audrey thinks that it's his kid. She doesn't know what happened to her.
Yeah, it would be around the same time. Yeah, right before... before she went into that coma and everything, so maybe there's something there for sure.
So that was why I need. There's too many things going on where I really hope this wasn't a Mr. C's doing, but man, it feels like it. Or
given Richard's behavior, kind of hard to. Yeah. Well, and to be fair, he is also Ben's grandchild. Ben sucked. Ben was a groomer and a rapist, so it's like not exactly out of character familially to behave in such a manner. Now, even Ben, I don't think ever would have strangled his grandma.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, it's pretty fucking evil. So that's the part that I have a tough time with. And he comes in, he robs his grandma, takes jewels out of the safe, and then goes ahead and takes her purse anyway.
Yep. Okay. Damn.
And then he's like, why do you have to make something that should be so goddamn easy, so fucking difficult? then he punctuates it with a firm and cutting cunt.
I mean, it did not have any hesitation or roll off the tongue so easily, too.
Yep, like, just throwing the C word out at his grandma. Boom. Yeah, just like that's just a woof. Jeez. Fucking vile. Real nasty fuck, Richard.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, he's still on the kill list, but there is.
You have that. You want to see Audrey. You want to see Audrey and understand.
I do.
Yeah, and we still know Audrey. 10 episodes deep, still know Audrey.
Come on. I had on the drive
back. She lived now. And that's the thing. Is like she lived.
She is alive. Or I sure fucking hope so. Like she has.
She at least lived through the coma.
Yes. I mean, I was on my way home and I just shuffled my entire music library on the way.
Audrey's theme.
And boom. Yeah. Right when it's like, ooh, any Peak song is a never skip.
I mean, wow. Yeah, I fucking love God. Now, I mean, we're getting to that time of year now again, like already wrapping back around to February, and like it's whenever it's cold outside is when I want to watch the beginning of Twin Peaks again. Like, I'm doomed for a cycle here where we're gonna finish this and I'm just gonna start it again.
Oh yeah, God, wait. Am I ever going to be able to live like without the show? I think I just gonna have to keep watching it over and over. Yeah,
is it just kind of a loop that I exist in now?
So
is it future or is it past?
Yeah, I don't think I can ever stop.
This is my life now. I think I'm in the circle. But we'll head to Vegas, where Roger reports Ike's arrest to Duncan Todd, played by Patrick Fleischer, who then calls over Anthony Sinclair, the fellow insuranceman, ordering him to convince the Mitchum brothers that Dougie is working against them, and if he fails, this time it's going to have to be himself who kills Dougie.
Damn. Yeah.
So Anthony is fully in the loop on the attempts on Douglas Jones's life.
Yeah. And he, he's like, well, shit, Dougie actually, he's really rising up with my boss, actually. He's actually already been he's like, damn, this is going to be hard. He's realizing, like, shit, he's going to have to die. So I didn't know what his plan was, but it's very, he's like, he does not want to do it. Bro does not have the goal, or he cannot kill Dougie himself, it feels like. So he's trying to offload.
No, yeah, he doesn't have that
job
in him, I don't think.
But yeah, he's in the cards are, Bushnell, Mullins, he knows, he knows, that he's, I don't know, performing insurance fraud, and I feel like if Bushnell gets word of this, he's gonna think like, oh, like he's gonna be the one to like put it together, and tell the police everything, maybe, because I mean, I feel like that has to lead to somewhere, of the drawings that Dougie did to reveal Anthony's wrongdoings.
One would think that it'll unfold in a certain way, but you just never know with peaks. You just never know with peaks what may pop up, what could interfere. You just never know. You never know. But we will cut to Albert Rosenfield and Constance Talbot enjoying a little dinner date. Very sweet. They are all up in each other's eyes, very, very lovingly, very lovey-dovey, very laughy. You don't see Albert make a lot of people giggle like this, and Constance falls out laughing. They get each other. There's an understanding there. And Cole and Preston observe them approvingly. I love Gordon watching with a smile on his face. He like calls Tammy over and is like, "Hey, let's check this shit out. That's my fucking boy. That's my fucking boy.
Look at that. Oh, they're so cute. Like they're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good little moment.
I love it.
Yeah.
God, I love Cole. I love David Lynch. So like every time Gordon Cole's on screen, it just tickles something for me. But we'll go back to Vegas briefly. Where at the Silver Mustang Casino, the Mitchum brothers watch via security camera Anthony Sinclair approach Warwick, played by David Dastmalchian, and stating that he wishes to speak to the Mitchums. They send Candy down to collect Sinclair, and I love that it takes like 3 tries to even get her attention in the first place. They make it clear that she can hear them, but she just doesn't look at them most of the time, and like is listening, but doesn't do what they ask. And then she goes and follows through, but she goes and gets him and talks to him for like 5 minutes. And that sequence, whenever they're just cutting back and forth between the camera and the Mitchums watching it, and they just keep getting more and more like, what the fuck is going on, is so fucking funny. And then he finally gets on the mic, is like, get her the fuck up here, okay? And when they're back on their way up, they have that conversation we talked about earlier where, Rodney goes, I know. And Bradley's like, if we fire her, she has nowhere else to go. And he's like, I know. Like they've had this discussion before. Like they want to fire Candy, Mandy, and Sandy, but they can't do it. They can't bring themselves to do that to them, which is so funny. But, finally bring him up to the office, and Sinclair lies to the Mitchum brothers that Dougie Jones had cheated them out of their insurance claim for their hotel that burned down due to arson. And he's like,
he'd do anything.
You have an enemy.
Yes. Yeah. He will stop at nothing to make you guys go down. You got to really watch out for this guy. You have an enemy. And Douglas Jones. Yeah, Douglas. Use the full name. I mean, come on.
One more time on his way out. An enemy. And Douglas Jones. And then he looks at them as he closes the door. Like, Jesus, dude, we get it. Really, really laying it on thick here. And they're like, Douglas Jones, this son of a bitch. And back home, they make their plans to deal with Dougie.
Douglas. Yeah, it's so weird to hear him. Douglas. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. He is Dougie. Dougie's just so much more.
Not even just Doug.
Yeah,
not Doug.
No, it has
not Douglas.
to be Dougie.
There's not a lot of true to form Dougies.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the motherfucker they were asking. They were like 12, 13 years ago, they were wondering if they could teach you how to hymn, you know?
Yeah, teach me that. I was just about to, teach me how to Dougie. This is actually
the only
what they're
other
referring
Dougie.
to. Like this,
yeah, they're talking about Dougie Jones.
Teach me.
They were ahead of their time. Is it future or is it past? They saw this.
Duh. This is right. This is I always forget that this is actually like not that long ago.
This is 2017. This is less than 10 years ago, but still approaching 10 years ago, which is again bizarre to think about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I hate that because every time I think about 2017, I'm like, that's just a couple years ago.
That's high school.
That's 8 entire years ago, which is not particularly close. But we'll head back to the hotel where Cole is at, and he sits in his hotel room sketching a weird animal creature and a long arm reaching towards it. Very, very. I mean, David Lynch obviously literally sat down and drew this on camera, and that was that. And when he goes to answer the door, he sees a vision of Laura Palmer crying, and hears Sarah Palmer shout, "Laura!"
Yeah, I mean, okay. This was. I was like, is this?
You don't see Gordon get affected by shit like this a lot. Like this is new.
Yeah, very new. And is Laura? I didn't know how she was sent back to Earth, by the giant, in gold ball form or whatever. But
and was she sent back to Earth by the giant? That story takes place in the 40s. Is that him sending Laura down for the first time?
Yeah.
There's a lot of back and forth there. So when it comes to this image of Laura, I don't know. You've talked a few times about how where there's love in the air. There's kind of this weird mystical power, and obviously Albert is on the other side of this door. And he's just off the date with Constance Talbot. But I don't know. This feels different because it's not quite the.
Laura
it's not
feels
the giant.
Trapped. In a sense.
Well, and this is like a literal shot of Laura from Fire Walk with Me. Like this is a recycled image of Laura.
Yeah,
this
young
isn't,
Laura.
Yeah.
So it feels, but it felt like another call to help or call for help, like hey, I'm trapped. I need to get out of here, or something.
Well, and that's what's cool too is that Sarah is the one who's yelling. You hear Sarah, Laura, but we don't see her. We don't see Sarah, but we do see Laura, and Laura's crying, and that's that. And also important to note that he isn't looking directly at Albert when he sees this. He has to readjust his glance. So when I was watching it, I was worried that there was something specifically to do with Albert, that's the reason he sees this, but I think it's just happenstance. He sees this and then he looks over and he sees Albert, and that's just kind of the way it is. Now it could be the love thing that we've discussed before.
And
or it could be what they're about to discuss.
Pulling a veil away, seemingly like the veil of the waiting room or something.
Right. But a curtain is being drawn as of sorts, and and they are about to discuss something that could be pretty important to this case. But Albert shows him Diane's text saying that the conversation around the dinner table is lively, and it says it was sent from Mexico, and her response to it saying that they have Hastings. They're like, okay, it doesn't sound like boyfriend talk. And that's when Cole notes, I felt it when she hugged me.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a radar, bros. He's got it on. He knows.
I felt it when she hugged me, but this confirmed
it. Yes, he's like, oh man, it's so good.
I love that he's like, there was something wrong about the hug. Didn't feel right. And now you can't tell if it's like I've hugged her before and that's not what it feels like, or I've never hugged her before and that was weird. It was weird of her to hug me at all. There's I can't tell which it is. I prefer to think of it like, I've hugged her before and this wasn't quite the right type of hug. There was something strange about it. Hollow almost, she didn't mean it or something like that. He can sense the genuineness of the hug or something.
Yeah. And her, is it her breaking down after the Mr. C interview?
Yeah.
And then it was like that.
Because you remember Cole's reaction in that moment, he was kind of like,
yeah, he's like,
he was kind of confused, yeah, and I think that led me more to believe that she's never really hugged him. You know, like that was a new behavior.
Yeah, like this is very out of character for Diane. Like this is okay. So some's going on, and yeah. So, but yeah, very, seemingly, they had that one interaction, I guess, a long before, and then it seems that it's been like radio silence since then. But also this now makes it seem that like they have had like some previous contact, or like
she's now, it's tough to say, does she know she's communicating with Mr. C? That's the other part that's kind of like, or is she just communicating with somebody and it happens to be Mr. C? That's hard to tell because the stuff that she's putting on in the interview room it seems very genuine. That's the part that I have a tough time gauging, is whether or not she is 100% certain that she is communicating with Mr. C. But, you know, I suppose we'll find out. Because hereafter, Tammy Preston enters and shows them a photo of the glass box taken on one of the earliest SD cards. And it is Mr. C and another man talking in front of it. So we get the confirmation there. Mr. C is the billionaire who owns that. He was the one who set it up. And we were pretty sure of this, but this is the show being like, yep, that's exactly it. The FBI's on it now. We've got a little bit more to go. So like, what the fuck does this mean?
Yeah, he was, it really, the light side doesn't seem to be winning. You know, I don't know. Like, they're at
a rough point, to be sure.
So there's gonna be I need a lot more strings to be pulled, or things to happen. But I got faith. You know, I think Briggs is doing some shit. Coop and Laura, you know, that it's all coming together. It's just it's got to get there. I love it
when a plan comes together. So, yeah, we're on our way. But it's we're just taking a weird route, is all. That's all. But yeah, we'll head to the Great Northern, where Sylvia calls Ben to tell about Richard's attack, expecting him to cover for her money stolen by Richard. And Ben's like, I'm not sending you any more money, Sylvia. Like, I send you so much money. You get the sense that Ben and Sylvia aren't together anymore, which is good, probably for Sylvia. And yeah, that's the scene. She asks for money. He's like, holy shit, is Johnny okay? Which actually, great first question.
Yeah.
Don't mind that at all from Ben.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand why she's like, oh, no concern for me. As always, that's, you know, you guys are divorced. You guys have your beef. But the right thing to do is ask about your, you know, mentally handicapped child.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not a bad instinct from Ben there for my money, but, or for his money. Hey, yeah, she's like, you are going to give me that money. I'm going to call my lawyer, and that's that. Damn. So they hang up the phone, and Ben goes, hey, Beverly, you want to have that dinner?
Yeah, he gave in pretty easily.
He's like, you know what? He's like, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So funny. He's like, I need some silver lining. And that's that. So we'll head over to the log lady, Colin Hawk, over the phone with another cryptic message, particularly noting that the Trumans are true men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Laura is the one.
Yeah. They are they're true men. They are your brothers. You know, is this a you know, ritualistic brother? I mean, obviously they're not blood brothers, but like this is, I don't know. This is a very interesting word to use, I guess, because like true men, but then to be, I don't know, like I don't know how to take this right now. I think it is just kind of a this more of like this group that is assembled. It is right.
These are your people.
Like, yes, this,
you know, like, yeah, these are your people. These are who you can trust. The ones who have been there too.
Yes.
You know, so he's saying Andy, Lucy, you know, like,
not Chad.
These people. Not Chad. Fuck Chad. It's really, yeah, like that is kind of what there's, and she's also like the stuff with Laura that's pertaining to the Laura case. That is the stuff. Like
Laura
that is important. Laura is the one.
Yeah.
And in I know you don't watch this with closed captioning on. One is capitalized in the closed captions.
She's
here.
the chosen one.
Yeah, she is
dude.
the one.
She is. Yes, and yeah. I mean, there's it. I don't know why Gordon Cole saw it necessarily. That part is still interesting, but it feels like there is. It is. I don't know, the future past thing. It feels that at least now her return might just be like the revelation of like what her murder truly was, and like her name just coming back up, and people having the memories like Bobby had over the picture, or it's like a like Dougie returning, and good C Mr. C returning. I think she can have a more literal return as well. And that will, like, I feel like if she were just to appear and say say anything, it would be believed instantly. Like where Harry Truman it took a while for him to believe certain things. Like if Laura were to come back and be like, hey, this is what happened to me over this stretch of time, like everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, we're fucking in. Like we can't not believe like you. It has to be. So I feel like this,
right?
And now Gordon Cole seeing it feels like that just anyone that is connected with that case at all can be is it just anyone at all that was connected with the case, or anyone that's just kind of good on the side of good?
That's been on your side is kind of how I take it,
So yeah, it's I think that it still feels that she is a little trapped though, but maybe the whatever's happening on October 1st and 2nd are we bringing her back? Are we, what is the thing that will happen? Is this a closing of the Black Lodge? Is it just, closing it and not letting the spread anymore? I feel like there is something in these 2 days is pretty important. And like at least me, what my biggest want is like two people that I want back is my good old boy Coop. I want Coop back in Coop form, and I want Laura back. So it's like let's 2 days for that. I don't know who comes first, or which order. But as long as they both are back, I'm cool. That's my biggest want. So that's I feel like Dougie's he's very close to waking up, or like he's gotta like
we're right there. We're on the cusp.
I don't know.
Get there.
But he could. I don't know. Could still just be ducking and sleuthing and being Dougie.
Could take his time. You never know. We'll make this. We'll wrap this up because I've got a question to ask you, just a general question after this last little bit, which is at the Roadhouse. Rebecca Del Rio performs No Stars.
Long
and the episode ends.
Yes.
One of the better ones. And Rebecca Del Rio is a longtime collaborator of David Lynch's. She appeared in Mulholland Drive as someone who performed on stage, and she sang in that movie too.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so like this was a bit of a return, no pun intended. Bit of a return. They're back together. He let her go because he always loved Rebecca Del Rio's voice.
It was beautiful.
Gorgeous song. Yeah. And Rebecca Del Rio was a really, really talented performer. She died about 6 months ago.
Damn.
Passed away at the age of 57. Very, very young.
Well, a performance cemented in time forever.
Yes, indeed. It's beautiful. And one of my favorite, she did some acting. One of the funniest things she ever did, one of the best things she ever did was Southland Tales. I think I've talked to you about it before. It's the best Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie, period.
Okay.
And it's back when The Rock was like still trying to act. And you know, obviously he had that recent movie with the Safdie brother. He did the Smashing Machine and stuff, and maybe he's kind of returning to form a little bit. But this is before he became the one character he always is.
Yes.
It's called Southland Tales, and I don't know if you've ever seen the clip, but they're on a beach, and the woman runs up to him with a gun and says, "Let me suck your dick or I'll kill myself."
Wait, what? Oh no, I would have remembered that.
You've never seen it's so fucking funny. It's Rebecca Del Rio though. She's the one who says that.
Oh my
she's
god.
She's a pretty big part of that movie in general too. Like it's got a great cast. It's got The Rock, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Sean William Scott. And she's not exactly a main character in the movie by any stretch, but she's in the movie, multiple times.
Wow.
That's not her only moment, but it's fucking funny when she pops up and she's like, "Let me suck your dick or I'll kill myself." She like starts by holding the gun at him and then she makes that threat and points it at her head. So fucking funny.
Damn. I mean, pretty clear. How
and The Rock does this thing with his fingers. He he's thinking, but he like rattles them against each other. He like does the little like like he's like really on the spot trying to come up with what the right answer is. It's so funny. But yeah, back to my original broad question. We are 10 parts deep in the 18-part series of The Return. And I know it's a big question because there's a lot going on. Has the show been what you expected, and what more are you looking for as we near the finish line?
Let's see. I mean, I knew it was going to be different from seasons 1 and 2. I mean, just pure the actual time jump, not in the show, but just in real life. Like I knew there were going to be differences, but it feels not that seasons 1 and 2 felt sitcom-y, but like there was a
there's a procedural nature to it.
Yeah, it felt a little more formulaic, or at least a little more expected. You kind of knew what to expect from every episode. This is like no clue from episode 8, to have that. And then like the episode that follows is just like such a funny and like just way more comedic than all the rest, and not nearly as heavy, or like we're not talking of creation stories and the nuclear bomb going off and all the things. So it's like it is just very different, but I love like it's keeping me on my toes. Like it is the story is still moving forward, but I'd say like the pace has been slower. And just things are unfolding over time instead of like more linear. I felt like it was in the last seasons. It feels that everything has kind of already happened in a way, but you just have to get all the pieces will eventually match up to give you that linear time.
Right.
So it's just a different way to take it in. But I mean, it feels that eventually, like, and I don't think it is, not like an episode away or two. It feels a little more down the line. It feels like there will be a tipping point, or like oh fuck, like something, some event, something will happen that will either change the way I look at something, or make everything make sense, and then like things are off running after that point, or it feels like there is something that is building, and then I don't know exactly what it is. My best guess is the 2 dates that Garland is sending this message for, and whatever is happening there or right after seems to be the biggest thing right now that it could be. So,
all right,
but yeah, and that was 2 days from now, I think, is what Sheriff Truman said. Last
2 days
episode.
From now, probably the day prior.
Yeah.
So and that's hard to tell too. Like I don't know. Maybe this is the same day.
Could be there. So I mean, and Laura kind of coming out of there. It's like it could be like, okay, it's starting, or like this is the early effects of whatever's going on. And yeah, a lot of love is in the air, even if it Ben. Finally being like, all right, Beverly, like a new thing there. Albert and Constance, like new, maybe even Nadine and Jacoby. It is like a weird timing to show all these side relations, but then lining up with this return of Laura, it seems a little bit, or at the very minimum, the return of her case and the people talking about her. But I feel like it is more than that. Is where I'm at there. But yeah, as far as like what the reveal could be, or what like the event that's gonna happen on these 2 days, I don't know. Like I feel like me wanting a literal Laura return and her to just give the spiel to everybody, that's just best case scenario, I feel like, in it. But it doesn't feel like she just comes back and, is an expo drop of everything.
Right.
And lays it all out. I don't know. So like, yeah, I'm a little I don't know as far as to where it's going. It could be anywhere. But I'm still hoping the light side wins out, I guess is my want there. But yeah, I mean, definitely way different from the first 2 seasons, but I think theory-wise, like I know I've been like lost, or I feel like back then I just drew up so many random things, or so many I could see things maybe a little clearer. Here is like I feel like I'm up in the air a lot, but it's like it's
much more abstract.
Yes,
yeah, it's a good thing. I'm with you, and I mean that's just Lynch's mastermind here. He's so damn good at it, and I can't wait for what we have in store left. Only a few weeks, a couple months left now. We only got a couple months left in the rewatch. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that we've already been doing this for nearly 10.
Yeah, and we talked about how like the difference between Thrones and this is like we kind of knew that the end of Thrones wasn't, kind of all that, or it was a little bit more of a letdown. And like so it was like the start of the show was actually the most like that's the best part of the show to go through, and then we just knew we had to get to the end. But this is like a whole different thing. Like it's only kept ramping up and up and up and up. Right. So like it just it's like
it keeps building and building and building and building.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Whenever
we got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
We got a lot to look forward to. We've got something good in store, but I think with that we can conclude this episode of Fire Pod with me. We also do a movie podcast called The Cinementalists. That's CINEMENTALISTS, where right now we are doing holiday movies. Very, very pleasant time going over there. Last Friday we covered It's a Wonderful Life, which if you're a Lynch fan, is one of his favorites. One of his all-time favorites, so that's what we covered last week. And this Friday we've got a Home Alone versus Home Alone 2 episode. And I'm very, very excited for that as well. We're going to discuss both those movies in one episode and have some fun with it. Here before long, I believe it'll be not this week, but next week. Yes, next week we will be celebrating the Force Awakens 10-year anniversary on Geek With Me. We're definitely going to do a live commentary of that movie. Beyond that, we might do an additional celebration. I want to put out a little call and response and see, engage my Star Wars homies and ask them, what about that movie works for them and what drew them to it, and, things of the such. But yeah, we'll be back next week with The Return Part 11. Very, very exciting stuff there. It's another goodie. It's actually, it's a real goodie. I love it. And I can't wait for it. Not as cerebral, as 8, but definitely taking some leaps story-wise.
Okay. Yeah. After 8, I don't know what to expect anymore. Like it is kind of like
you just never know. You never know. But I think with that we'll conclude this episode. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, what's in the box?